Diddy trial is just about to end. I believe closing arguments are today, and the defense is not calling any witnesses. So possibly by the end of this week, we might have a verdict.
Yeah, I think we will. Well, end of this week? No, I don't think the jury will return by the end of this week.
Maybe next week then.
Yeah, perhaps next.
By the end of next week, we're almost guaranteed
Yes.
There's going to be a verdict or a hung jury.
That's correct. That's my belief.
At this point, with what was like 30-something, witnesses the feds brought. Number one, why do you think that Diddy's calling no witnesses?
Because they believe that the prosecution has not proven its case. And so you don't want to expose any of your witnesses to cross-examination, which might trip your witness up. The prosecutor trips your witness up. Now you have a witness who has lied, and the jury has said, well, I'm not letting them off because...
You being a judge, do you feel there's any reason for Diddy to take the stand?
No. Not at all. Zero.
Zero
reason. I was a criminal defense lawyer. I never lost a trial in 4 years. And I don't think I've ever put a witness, my defense witness, or the defendant on the stand. Never.
Never, ever.
Never.
But there are times, I've interviewed people, that, for example, were facing murder charges and so forth. They took the stand and they won.
Yeah. And they were lucky. they're the exception.
Yeah.
I'll make perhaps an 80-year-old church lady. Yeah, I'd put her on there if she was the defendant. But no, it's highly unusual for a good criminal attorney to put his defendant on the stand. All they've proven, and they've rested their case. I think they only proved the Mann Act, and that is flying interstate transportation for prostitutes. Perhaps drug use, drug possession, based on all the witnesses that have said they brought drugs from across state lines. If the deliverer of the drugs, in which I think there's an admission that the drugs were brought from cross state lines, then it becomes federal. And in that case, possession, in my opinion, not distribution.
Well, I don't think that's actually a charge. The charges are the RICO, and then sex trafficking and prostitution.
Well, there you have it. All I hear then is prostitution, interstate transfer of prostitutes.
Right. But at the end of the day, and I've interviewed one of the male escorts.
Prostitute that cross state lines and receive monies. And that's what I think he will be found guilty.